Hi folks, this is a quick video for Fast Forward laptop users to assist with their backups when we do the migration to Windows 8. I'm going to start with my computer. I'll double click on that and it will open up the My Computer screen showing me the drives I have available. You'll notice here I've plugged in a USB drive for backup, and I will speak to that and demo that in a moment. These drives here are the ones that you want to be focused on. C represents your entire hard drive. It has programs on it that will be already on your new Windows 8 image, so you don't have to worry about that. Make sure that programs you've installed on your laptop, that you have the installers or can get the installers. I'm going to focus on the H and the K drive. First of all, the K drive. This has been a good place to put things like installers, videos, DVD rips, music, that sort of thing, because when we re-imaged, it would stay. The K drive you would keep after a re-image. Unfortunately, with Windows 8, we're not able to keep the K drive, and so if you have been using the K drive, you should back up these files to one of the three locations I'm going to talk about, and that is USB, Google Drive, or School Server. Make sure that you have a backup of that stuff. USB is preferable for these files. The other location is your H drive. So that's the same as your My Documents. So I can access it by going into the H drive by clicking on it in My Computer, or double clicking on My Documents. It's the same location on your laptop. Now it's important to note that in the future in Windows 8, your H drive will not be on your laptop hard drive. Your H drive in Windows 8 is on the School Server. So I've got that open. These are the files that I have in My Documents on my laptop. Now, these are the ones I want to back up. Now, of course, you'll have other files that you want to capture. I'm just using these as a demo. So I've got my Documents open. I've got a folder of photos, a zip file, a PowerPoint, a Word document. And the first method I'm going to demo is backup to USB. So I'm going to go back to My Computer. I've got my USB drive inserted. I'll double click there. I've got nothing on my USB drive right now. I'm going to drag this over and position my windows so that I can see both and to make it easier for me to drag and drop. And so I want these 4 items. Now I can, if I hold down my Control key and click the items that I want over there, I've got those 4 items selected, and then I drag them over, and I'm holding my left mouse button down, dragging over, and then releasing my left mouse button on the new drive, and I should see this copying icon here. And then what I'm just going to check on the new drive is file sizes. So an indicator that a file copy maybe didn't work is that the file size might be 0K. And I'm looking at the file sizes, and file sizes also down here. Those look good. I'm going to pop into my photos, and I see that the photos are all there. They're showing the correct size. So that backup was successful. So that's backing up to a USB drive. Another method, because you may have a lot of files, is if you use the View menu and View Details, your files will be presented in this list format, and then I can left click again and I get this selection rectangle. I can select those, and once I have all those files selected, left click and hold and drag over to your backup medium. So that's the USB method for backup. The second method that I'd like to demonstrate, I'll close that, I'll leave my Documents open, that is using Google Drive. So as a Google Apps for Education customer, we have unlimited storage on Google Drive. And I've opened Google Drive already here, and I've logged in with my PVNC account. Now, if you've never used Google Drive before, the address is drive.google.com. If you log in with your email address and your CPAS password, it will let you into Google Drive. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this red upload button right here. I'm going to click that and select Files and Folders. And then I get this dialog, and I'm going to use that same control click method to select my files and folders, and select. Now Google asks me how I want to store these. So it will convert them into Google Docs format, which I do not want it to do. I want it to keep my files in their existing format, but I do want it to confirm the settings before each upload. So then I'll hit Start Upload. And then you'll see that you'll get a progress bar that some of these files will be waiting. Now, this is storing these files in the cloud, in the Google storage. And so it does take some time for that to copy up into my Google Drive. So this is something that you'll want to get started and then maybe leave it for a bit, leave it overnight preferably, and just let it copy away, and it'll do its thing. So that's the second method. So I'm going to let that work away in the background. I'll minimize, and I'm back to my documents. The other option, and I mentioned at the outset that we have your server drive, which right now on the old Windows XP system in Network File Utilities, you have a link for your network drive, which is your Z drive. Your Z drive is becoming your H drive in Windows 8. So remember, Z is becoming H. So Z, and you can see here I'm connected to St. Paul's Peterborough server. This, when you log in, you'll see the name of your server here, which will be your school number, your school name abbreviation, and DC is for domain controller in IT speak. But that drive is on your server, and on Windows 8 you will have access to this drive. We will copy all of these files over automatically. You will have access to this drive in Windows 8 as drive H in my computer. So Z is becoming H. So I can take stuff that I have on my laptop hard drive, and again using that side-by-side method that we used for our USB key, I can take, let's say I don't want my photos maybe on my Z drive, but I do want to make sure that I have this presentation and this lesson plan. So I'm going to highlight those and then left click and hold, and I'm going to drag those over to my Z drive. So now I know that when my laptop is reformatted and I have Windows 8, that these files I'm going to be able to access via my H drive in my computer in Windows 8. So those are the three methods for backing up your files. The first is USB key. The second is Google Drive. And the third is utilizing your Z drive in Windows XP, which will become your H drive. As always, if you have any questions, please contact the Computer Services Help Desk at helpdesk@pvnccdsb.on.ca or at the board office extension 281. Thank you.